to Bryce
in the first inning, and now he's still down 5.
Here's the pitch. There goes the runner, and it is a liner right to Chisholm at second base. And the inning is over. Bryce had good contact. That was Bryant, too. The Yankees second baseman for the fourth inning. It's 1-0. Yankees on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. We'll use his timeout. So we'll pause 10 seconds. One on and on the ground, right side and through a base hit. Braves on injured.
Hangover in the bottom of the 11th off-road scooter.
77. That's gross on.
Wings hits a drive to center field and deep. This ball heading back and it's gone! A home run! Freddie Freeman with a solo shot. Either one at 20 starts for the Cubs, 7 complete games, 3 missing.
Solo home run for Freddie Freeman, 413 feet to center field. He needed that one. He needed a 25-game streak without a home run. It's also his 100 career. Third base line, Gorman over. Top tier gas for lunch. Dodgers a 3-1 lead. That was good enough for the Dodgers bullpen, who took over from.
After the final out, roll through Tsunami Express and wash away the tailgate aftermath.
If you are old enough to be watching this show, you were born when your mother could have an abortion. She had the right to have an abortion.
Starting at just $16 for your first month, so you're always ready for the next game. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers.
You're out of there.
Try North Shore adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com.
On the straight battle mode. And Song swing sends it in the air to center field and deep. Church is going back. He's into a shadow. Squares it up right in front of the warning track. And makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Great battle there by Sun Moon Song. Nothing to show for it at all. And 1 out in the bottom of the third. Brady Green coming up for the first time.
Spin it back for Song. Battle. Was able to extract 9 pitches out of May there. Padres still looking to get this offense going.
9 consecutive scoreless innings now for the Padre offense. First pitch 2 for me, and Freddie takes outside ball 1. Hey, right, looking at the monitor. The contrast between the light and the shadow is extraordinary. Part of it is because there's a shadow for the center field camera.
Yeah, also, yeah, that's a good point.
1-0 pitch, hard hit on the ground, right to Mason Wynn, down to an E. He's got it, gets up, throws high to first base, but Burleson able to go up and get it. And in time for out number 2. I don't know if that's actually a thing, I'm just observing it. There's also a shadow out there.
That ball was certainly hit on the screws there. 104 off the bat. And Mason Wynn, bro.
I read a thing, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Right?
Where certain hitters said the shadow thing did not bother them.
No doubt. I had teammates that certainly felt that way.
Here's Jackson, who gave a ride to left center his first time. And he lines it right to the second baseman. Weatherholt makes the catch. And so he didn't have anywhere to go for baseball. It'll be a bunt single for Chisholm. Perfect bunt. And runners on the corners now, nobody out for Jose Caballero. That was very Brewers-like of the Yankees. They get Bowers lead down to charge. Harrison is hustling over. Cover, but just getting
Jose, we need you to get up.
Yeah,
even if somebody's on the bag, it was going to be a tough play for Bowers to get the throw there in time anyway. So trouble for Harrison here in the 4th. First pitch to Caballero is high, and it's 1-0. This was similar to what the second inning was. He walked the first 2 batters of that inning, had first and second nobody out. Then struck out Caballero, got the fly out, and a strikeout. He's got runner. 1-0 to Caballero. That is inside the changeup, maybe a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, that one actually was a strike. And yet the Brewers Brewers have 2 challenges. You're probably challenging that. 2 balls and nothing here on Caballero. Harrison's pitch. Swing and a miss. Now fastball past him at 95. Top of the 4th inning, a 1-0 Yankees lead. Harrison doing his best to try to keep it right there. He's got work to do here, though. 2 balls and 1 strike on Caballero. The pitch popped up, first base side. So get out of play. And it's 2-2. Well, just like the Brewers trust their top relievers in the biggest moments, the Asians should trust Wisconsin Dental Association member dentists with their smile is on the line. Find a dentist at WDA.org. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Caballero. Harrison comes set and a pitch. Swung on and fouled off the ear of Contreras and on his way back to the backstop. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison has been one of the better young pitchers in baseball so far this year. This matchup tonight, 2 of the best young pitchers in the game to start 2026. 2-2. And Caballero, I think he went there till the first. He didn't go, says Alex McKay. Caballero able to check. The count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Look at the replay. And good ball. Definitely held. And now time is called by Caballero. Late time granted by Roberto Ortiz. Big pitch about to be unfurled here by Kyle Harrison. He's up over 60 pitches now. This will be number 62 on the night. Right-handed hitting Jose Caballero. And now pick over to first and back in time is just 2. Some disengagement used there by Harrison. Caballero went 2 for 3 last night. And the best of that's against Mizorowski. The pitch swung on and foul straight back to the screen. And this battle continues between Harrison and Caballero. Trying to get him to chase something up and out of the zone. Fastball at 95. Caballero was able to spoil it. Yankees have been one of the better teams in baseball, getting runners in scoring position. And now we've got a pitch clock violation on Harrison. Caballero had asked for time. And instead it's going to be a pitch clock violation on Harrison, and it's going to be a walk.
Hurry up, pitch that motherfucker, man.
That Murphy
free
had
walk,
to get an explanation. The Brewers were marking pretty quickly
Not a free
from their
walk.
dugout.
He was already a full count at 3-2.
I'm surprised by that. It looked like Caballero was asking for timeout instead of granting
So
it.
Caballero would have asked for time, and he would have
Been granted it.
wouldn't have got back in
So
time.
that actually
and
should
they
have
would
been a
have come up
strike
with a
on
strike.
Caballero if that's the case. It's because Kyle Harrison got sent too early and Caballero was looking down. This is the exact same thing I was talking about earlier, because Caballero is looking down and Harrison gets himself set. But he had already been warned. Not at this particular event, but he had already been warned in the game for getting set too soon. Well, there's some interesting parts of this rule that you just ask yourself, is that in the spirit of the rule?
They
When
each have
we
to
said
wait for
this,
each
all
other.
these rules were being put in.
The pitcher and the batter.
Like it says, like a chess game, right?
Kind of. Well, no. Once the batter is set, then the pitcher can set so that he can throw his ball. If the pitcher sets before the batter sets and he throws it, it comes up as a walk. Okay? If the batter waits for the pitcher to set and then he calls for time and then gets back in there, or his time disqualifies himself, because again, it's supposed to be batter and then pitcher. Once the pitcher sets after the batter steps up out of that, it counts as a strike because it's against the batter. So they have to be really careful about how long, number one, that they're in the batter's box. Number two, how long they call time for, because you can call time for like 5 seconds to get yourself readjusted, but you can't sit there for 15 and 20 seconds actually throws the ball. You have a certain amount of time to get set in that box and to be ready for that pitch, or they call you for a strike.
Right. Gotcha. Baseball getting complicated.
Look, I'm mad that I know that.
Shouts out to _Frank_1. Says this is Peterbilt. No, it's not.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Went after that slurve. Jones, who strikes out a lot.
Go ahead and double tap that screen, y'all.
Minor league career, that's been
Everybody
part of
double
his
tap.
profile. And
Everybody got double tap. Everybody got double tap.
Feeling a big ortho ASAP strikeout there for the first out of the inning. No strikeout. Get back to the active lifestyle. You want an ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Bases remain loaded. Here's Wells, who struck out against Harrison back in the second inning. Harrison on the line of the pitch. Slur in there for a strike in its own one. That's been a good pitch.
You let this motherfucker strike you out.
Wells 0 for 3 in this series. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slur down the way. And it's still balls and 2 strikes now on Wells. That thing looks like a frisbee right now from Kyle Harrison. See where he goes with this next pitch. As Wells will use his timeout
Want some water?
and climb back into the box. 0-2 pitch. This up and away with a fastball. 96 on the radar gun. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wells did not chase. Body's starting to move down in that Brewers bullpen. 1-2 pitch. That missed high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrison's up over 70 pitches now. Chad Patrick starting to get loose in the Brewers pit. 2-2 pitch. Popped him off. This will do the trick. On the infield. Infield fly is called for, and Eagle makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. And Harrison, not unlike what he did in the second inning, has given himself a path out of this inning now, but he's got to deal with Paul Goldschmidt here. Goldschmidt, responsible for the only run in this game, solo home run to lead things off in the top of the first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Harrison brings home the first pitch, and it's a one-hopper. It beats up Rengifo, drops in front of him. He's going to throw across the first, not in time. And run will come down the line and score. It was a hard hit ball right at Rengifo. He tried to play with a backhand on a short hop. It stayed in front of him, so he had a shot at getting the play at first. It was a little bit late to get Goldschmidt. Very tough play. And the Yankees lead it 2-0, and now he's got the lefty Ben Rice at the plate. It is a base hit for Goldschmidt. Rice takes a strike and it's 0-1. Hard hit ball at 100 miles an hour off the bat right at Rengifo. The 0-1 pitch. And the slurve missed a little bit low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Rice. Both runs in this game so far. 1-1 pitch. Drops the slurve in there for a strike on the inside edge. It's 1-2. Yeah, if you get out of this giving up just the 1 run, that's a job well done. You're not kidding.
Make the line of Goldschmidt.
1-2 pitch to Rice. And broken back flare right to the shortstop. Hamilton makes the catch behind the bag. And Harrison does a great job limiting the damage here in the top of the 4th. Just 1 cross for the Yankees after bases loaded and nobody out. It is 2-0 New York as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Box, hunting that double. Good throw from Jackson. Good attack fly by Bogarts, but a better slide by Church gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Merrill was kind of shaded towards left center. It went over towards right center. Jackson, really good job cutting it off before it totally got into the alleyway. Like I said, Church was thinking too the entire time and used the wheels to get there. Now to JC. First pitch is low ball 1.
A couple of mistakes made there by Bosky to Church. He fouled that first breaking ball off foul, but that one almost split the right center field alley and picked up 2.
JC flew to deep right field. His only other time up. Hits this one on the ground foul at third. And the count even 1-1.
Put olive oil on it this time?
1-0 Cardinals.
No flour?
Top half inning number 4.
No. I mean, we have
And the Padre offense going to have to do
best, right?
something here this afternoon. We got Tatis, Machado, and Sheets coming up at the bottom of the inning. And Vasquez trying to limit the damage. 1-1 the pitch. And it's JC out towards left center field. Laureano back into the gap on the move. Gets there to make the catch and retire the side. Cardinals get a run on 3 hits. They lead one.
No Casino Dodgers on deck continues as we lead up to first pitch. Dodgers and the Braves, Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Grand Slam for good times. Blake Snell, fresh off the injured list, gets his first start here in 2026.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Larnach. Nice to see a 95. Tell Tanner's a little fired up.
Wrestling Nation 24/7. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch join us in studio today. The biggest stars.
Greatest wrestling couple of all time.
Chelsea Green is here.
Thank you guys. I can't wait to come back and chit chat more.
CM Punk is
Oh,
here.
Billy, what Colorado?
Sebastian Maniscalco's Comedy Radio. This channel is handpicked by
that brings it all together. Wealth, tax, and estate. One coordinated team working together on your financial plan.
years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing.
Kansas City.
Out of the way with the slider. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers honored retired U.S. Navy veteran Thomas Petro tonight on the first base dugout. Multiple missions overseas throughout his career. 1-1, check swing. Oh, it got a piece of the bat, and it'll be a foul ball, and it's 1-2 on Contreras. Sinker that ran in and just clipped the lumber ever so slightly. 1-2 pitch to Contreras. He is a ground ball right past Schlittler. Chisholm fields and throws to first in time. And there's one away. Schlittler is like, you like me too much. Everything's coming right back at Schlittler off the bat of Contreras. That one not hitting nearly as hard. And there's one away for Jake Bowers. Yeah, retired U.S. Navy veteran Thomas Petro, who's on the USS George H.W. Bush, the USS Cole. Always love when we see our veterans.
He felt that
In a moment, they deserve all of it. First pitch to Jake Bowers. Misses up and away with a cutter. It's 1-0. Retired veterans can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs by the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Schlittler's 1-0 pitch to Bowers. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Brewers still have Chad Patrick getting loose in that bullpen. It might be end of the night for Harrison. We shall see. 1-1 to Bowers. Missed outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Some of Schlittler's misses have been bigger misses, but after every one of those, it seems like he dials it back in for a few pitches. Almost like it's the term effectively wild tonight from Schlittler. 2-1. This one is fouled out of play third base side. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Function Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Rangers leading the Cubs 2-0. Vikings in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs have won 10 in a row. 2-2 to Bowers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a cutter. And the first 2 Brewers retired here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Tyler Black, who struck out against Schlittler back in the 2nd inning. Cardinals playing good baseball as well. They're up 1-0 in San Diego over the Padres. That game's in the bottom of the 4th. They take the first 2 of that series. Padres struggling. They come into town next.
Well, the Padres, they keep on
Thursday
taking
before
those.
heading back out on the road to Minnesota and Chicago. Black takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. winners earlier today, snapping an 8-game skid. They beat the Astros 3-1 in Cincinnati. And it's fouled back into the screen, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
How about I took some snaps?
Oh, did you?
I'm talking to CC Sabathia yesterday. He was saying how much he loves watching the NL Central right now because there's so much great young talent in the Central. The records would bear that out too.
I just need them to make this one game. That's okay.
2 check swing fouls, straight back, do it again, 0-2 on top of the line. Going to be a very competitive division for years to come. And that young talent is going to be around for a while too. And that's the thing is everybody's talking about the NL Central and all the teams being above 500. It's the core of these teams. Be safe for the Cubs, but there's some young players under control for a long time.
15 years
Cubs
ago,
too.
the American League used to dominate.
But it's a lot of Connor
Not
Griffin.
National League, though.
Chase Burns. 0-2. Black takes a call, third strike.
Yankees
Right down the middle with the 2-seam fastball.
records.
And the inning
They
is
won a whole
over.
There you go,
bunch.
Shipper. Get the motherfuckers up out of there. Here,
It
hang
is
them in there.
2-0 Yankees.
Oh, Giuliani had a Yankees ring. He had to get that motherfucker up.
What?
Because of,
He's
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
that's
Bloody
that
Sullivan.
shit. Yeah,
Oscar
that's
Sox
right.
face
Get
the
that
championship.
motherfucker up, you rat bastard.
Sun Series 117 excellent.
The precise is the game itself. Asahi Superdry. When the moment is unforgettable.
A little safer. And when it's all said and done, you reinvest everything to keep bettering the world. For every care.
Fielded first. And time call. Turner also had 4 hits. Last homestand, game against the Giants. The 1-1. And that one misses up and away. 2-1 the count.
I saw Kyle had, well, now he had the home run today, so that's 22 extra base hits on the year for Kyle. 22. 14 of them are jacks.
2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch.
And that is a late strike call for John Bacon. 2-2. Schwarber takes his time out. In addition to the homer, he's flying to right and struck out. Gordon ready, the pitch on the way. And a breaking ball misses up and away.
That's not an old highway.
If he had called that, Schwarber's going to tap. They move behind the runner. Turner at first. He'll take off. The payoff on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Gordon wins the battle of Indiana.
Low zone just underneath the hands.
Shouts out to Kelly
Jazz
Beckles.
lays off. Moves
Go ahead and double check.
Lefties coming into today, hitting .370 against Dustin May this year. Here's the pitch. She swings and misses. Strike 3.
Oh,
First
my
strikeout
God.
of the afternoon.
Seriously?
Defensive play on a foul ball off the bat of Crow Armstrong in the second. 1-0 Alejandro, the native of Mexico. And the pitch is swung on and grounded over first. It is foul. And down the line, 1 ball and 1 strike. On the quick trip scoreboard.
The splitters are not as hard as it could have been, but it was outside and it was a little bit up. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Benny now. The base is empty, 2 down to the pitch. And he waves and misses at the cutter and strikes out. And so Matt, despite the leadoff walk, faces those 3 appearances. Pitch to Judge is a foul ball on home plate. 2-2, clipped William Contreras. Judge checking to make sure Williams all right this fight. So Chad pitching in relief. Remember last night the Brewers got 6 innings from Mizorowski, and then Gene Drolan finished the game out with a 3-inning save. So their bullpen is in really good shape, especially after an off day Thursday. 2-2 coming.
Got him looking. Cutter right down the middle, and Judge is
Caught
frozen.
his ass looking. Judge was hitting the other day. What happened?
For Chad Patrick. Not sure what he was looking for, but it wasn't that. Pretty good pitch to hit if you're Aaron Judge. Just got frozen. Here's Cody Bellinger. He's 0 for 2 and 0 for 6 in the series. And the pitch is up and away. Bellinger waits, and now the 1-0 cover. It's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, ain't no walk.
The pitch is down and in. 3 balls, no strikes. So after looking pretty flawless against Aaron Judge, he is yet to find the strike zone against Cody Bellinger.
Caught Aaron Judge looking.
Trying to get back in the at-bat to 3-0. Good for a strike. 3-1. Just a 2-0 deficit facing the Brewers in inning number 5. Schlittler has thrown the ball well despite taking that line drive off his calf in the first inning. 3-1. Bellinger gets it fouled into the Brewers dugout. 2. The Brewers just have not had many base runners, just 2 total in the game. Deep breath, Patrick's 3-2. Ground ball right side, Bowers, nifty play, but cannot come up with it. He knocked it down initially, but stays in his glove. I think they got it out on Bellinger, but it squirted out of that webbing. And Bellinger, I believe, will get a base hit. He will. I'm still slightly surprised that the ball in the 3rd inning, the Jackson Churio hit, is not a base hit. Yeah. Went over next door into the press area with some writers a couple of innings ago, just to say hello. And there was some tension over that call. Yeah. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. Yeah, I think some of it was because of the Paul Goldschmidt ball that Luis Rengifo couldn't come up with. It drove in a run. That was ruled a base hit, and pretty quickly. Yeah, the Churio one was not. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, throw it out to second base. It's high, the tag, no! They didn't get him. It looked like Terang had slapped the tag down on Bellinger. We'll see if the Brewers challenges him. Naked eye, it looked like Terang had got the tag down. Now Murphy holding play, still holding play. And they will challenge it. Trip Gibson at second base who made the call, and crew chief Alan Porter.
Milwaukee is challenging the safe call at second base.
We'll listen to the folks back in New York. Replay review brought to you by Pella. Step up to the plate, upgrade your home with Pella Windows Doors of Wisconsin. I think they're going to get an out here, and they should. Order today and score 0% interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com. Tag from Bryce Terang came down on the wrist of Cody Bellinger before his body was on the back. This should be a pretty quick overturn. Yeah. That looks pretty simple. That's pretty simple. Seeing it up on the video board, and Trip Gibson still staring at it. I mean, he's looking right at it. I don't know how he missed the glove hitting the arm of Cody Bellinger. What if Trip just said, cancel the challenge, I'm just going to reverse my call? Now that he's seen it on the video, I heard, and here's the call.
After review, the call of appeal is overturned. The runner is out.
So the Brewers win the challenge, and it's an 0-2 count on Ahmed Rosario. You're talking about the scoring decision. I was fine with the Goldschmidt ball being a hit. I thought that was the right call, but I'm still shaking my head over the Churio one. Here's the 0-2 to Rosario. I'm with you. The pitch. Check swing. Strike 3 called.
Get it together. Rosario.
Garber reached on an error by the pitcher in his first at bat. He takes outside. Batting just 174.
Did you take medicine?
We mentioned this last year. Garber takes outside. Hitting the backup to Cal Raleigh would either be really hard or the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point because, you know what, I think paid a lot of money just in case.
You know, he played Garber last year 87 games. Pitch is low on a sinker. Let's see, he started 42 times behind the plate. 3-1 on Garber. The pitch. And he hits a high foul. Left side out of play.
It really does come down, because I had teammates, you could tell, they were having the role of not necessarily.
Wise decision here. You know, you've gotten them out a couple times on some pop-ups, but too dangerous to pitch to.
So here is Bo Bichette. He has walked and he's lined out. And looking right now at the outfield defense, Walt Schmidt, the center fielder, only slightly shaded to right center field. Carroll is pitched a little bit towards the right field line. Huge gap in left center. Also a big gap down the left field line. First and second, 2 outs. 2-1 stakes. The pitch to Bichette swung on, and a little fly ball on the left. Gurriel coasting to his right. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. Oh, man, Bichette just missed it. And the immense strand 2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Halftime here.
On the leader that they were making the decision and things were needing to go. So.
First, it's Massachusetts matchup. Frelick against Schlittler.
Okay,
Schlittler.
Rosario in on the grass in third for the Yankees. 0-1. Up high. 1-1 strike. Quick vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer. The seltzer that passes the vibe check. Schlittler's 1-1. Fouled in and out of the glove of Wells behind the plate. Shaking off his left hand. Clipped his fingers. You can see. William Contreras knows plenty about that. Foul balls off the fingertips. One-two pitch. Up high. Tried the cutter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runs, 5 hits. An error by the Yankees. They've stranded 6. Just 1 hit for the Brewers. 2-2. Up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on.
Debatable. To Frelick. Popped up foul just to our left. Staying alive is Sal. Pitch number 7 in the sequence. And payoff. Line down the right field line. That's a foul ball. Cutter down and in, and Sal got the barrel to it. Fouled by about a foot on the right field line. Brewers have not had a leadoff man up.
Return with the Hotel California.
And then just talking baseball. I don't know that anybody didn't love
One has been a cutter. Sal waits on another 3-2. Pitch number 8 coming from Schlittler. Fouled away, spoiled it. pitching taking place in the Yankee
Richard Collins going double tap.
Bottom half of inning number 5, 2-0 New York. 3-2. Fly ball left field. Dellinger out. It will be Rosario, third baseman, making the catch in fair territory right on the line. So a 9-pitch sequence ends in a pop-up to the third baseman. One away for Garrett Mitchell. Nothing draws a crowd like the delicious aroma of a grilled Usinger sausage filtering.
James at small forward 6'9", 250. It is 23rd season on
Network Radio, Sirius XM 89 and the Sirius XM app.
From in-season fantasy baseball manager.
Is a ball. Usinger's a baseball. It's just not summer without him. It's felt like summer the last couple of days. I know tomorrow it will be chillier. Monday on the chilly side. A warm-up next week. 1-1-2 Mitchell. Fouled back, had a good pass in the fastball at 98. Summer right now is kind of like when you haven't started your car in a while. It's like, just can't quite get all the way there yet. It's teetering, yeah. 1-1 to Mitchell. Fouled away. Still a sleep with the windows open, which is nice. Refreshing. Absolutely.
That's why you gotta have good screens.
Screen the coyotes. Once again, Mitchell is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schledler deals. Line to left, and the base hit in front of Cody Bellinger. Tying run coming up. Luis Rengifo. As Garrett Mitchell singles to left. A 1-out base hit. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Sliced it into left. It's tough to string hits together against Schledler so far, and with a guy like Mitchell at first, you just wonder if you get pretty aggressive and try to get the running game started. Goldschmidt holds Mitchell. Hits Rengifo. Is inside. Throw him a cutter. Check the swing. He didn't go. Schledler has been very stingy, allowing hits. Did allow 7 hits in his last start against the Orioles. He's allowed 7 hits twice this year. 1-0. Left side, ground ball. Rosario goes to second. Out at second base is Mitchell. Safe at first is Rengifo. There was some confusion on who was covering the bag at second, whether it was Chisholm or Caballero. Did Mitchell beat the play? Pat Murphy is holding up play for a moment to see whether or not Mitchell beat the play at second. And they're going to challenge it. The time was winding down. Alan Porter says, no, your time was up. Oh, my goodness. And Alan Porter is telling Pat Murphy, no, you wasted your time, and now Murph is getting into it with Alan Porter. He had time, and now Murph wants to challenge the play, and Alan Porter is telling him no. I think that's a little bogus. Alan Porter saying his buzzer was going off before he said the challenge. I'm sorry, this hasn't been enforced closely. Why would you want to get it right? Yep, I agree with you. If he hasn't made a decision yet, and you say no, fine. But he's already said, I want to challenge him. Now you're going to say no? Pat Murphy and Alan Porter, and now he's looking. Looked like he was looking over at Wells behind the plate, and Murph said what he needed to say. He's going to stay in the game. Did not get a chance to. Alan Porter has outstanding restraint. I think he's one of the game's best umpires. A lot of guys would have run Murph right away because they would have known where this was headed. But man, this is a shame because we're just seeing it now. I
Yankees safe, and that's a shame they weren't able to challenge it. But again, who knows whether or not they would have won the challenge. That was close. David Hamilton is the hitter. Rengifo, the runner at first base. 2 outs. Schlittler throws to first. Back is Rengifo. So it's a force out of Garrett Mitchell. 5-6. Barely got his spike on the bag before Mitchell slid into the base. Schlittler throws to Hamilton, bunting, popped it up foul. Hamilton flagged the left in his first at-bat against Schlittler, who's at 81 pitches. There is no movement in that Yankee bullpen. Schlittler gutting through this. He's done a good job. He's been tough on these Brewers hitters, with mostly just a fastball and a cutter. Hamilton to the right side. Chisholm has it and throws out Hamilton to retire to the side. 5 innings complete.
Get your ass up out of here.
Nice to be able to do the next time up and do what he did.
There you go, Santiago. Get your ass on the board.
Runner on first, 1 out. 1-1 game, bottom of the 5th inning. Dustin May dealing to Fermin. First pitch coming. Freddie swings and misses, strike 1. There had some late action on it, darting away from the barrel of his bat, 0-1. Big lead at first base for Song. Over the check on the back without attack. Song has already stolen 1 base. Got a really big lead. He is leading.
I don't like you back there when I was thinking. I don't like you picking at your face. You ain't got no seatbelt on or nothing.
And again, those things, I've always been a guy you can run on. Bogart's going back to the second inning. Marquez made a great throw, but Xander had a better slide. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that's a line drive into center field. Count for base hit. Song will advance 1 station as Church gets to it quickly and basically runs it back to the infield. Second out of the day for the Padres, and now 2 on, 1 out, top of the order, Jackson Merrill.
0-2 sweeper, it's a mistake in the middle. Nice stroke by Fermin. Line drive into center, and it turns the lineup over now for Jackson Merrill, who has stumped the baseball both times up today.
Yeah, he's only seen 2 pitches, and you know what, that's all right, because he has hit it really hard both times, even with nothing to show for it. First pitch this time, and he's taking a fastball strike, 0-1. Leading off at the bottom of the first inning, he flew out to deep left center field, and then he made the final out of the 3rd inning on the first pitch of his at-bat, hitting a rocket right at the second baseman Weatherford. Now it's 2 on, 1 out, 1-1 game. Here's the pitch. And Jackson takes outside off the glove of Chavez, and both runners are going to advance on the pass ball. Another backup sweeper. And this time, the catcher could not catch it.
The runners move up nicely. I personally like the first pitch take from Jackson. It was a cutter. He saw 2 fastballs. This one's designed to get off his barrel. He took it, and now the next pitch is a fastball. Gets away from Paez. Base hit. Could very well score 2 here.
Song is now at 3rd. Fermin at 2nd. 1 away. 1-1 to Merrill. Here's the pitch. Jackson swings and inside out to the air, foul on the play left side, 1-2.
Right back to that cutter. You're going to see that pitch, especially if it's in a pitcher's repertoire with runners in scoring position. Something that gets off the barrel just enough. Use it there to get ahead 1-2.
Ray looks back at Fermin. Now the pitch. And Merrill swings and misses at a high fastball strike. 97 up and down the zone. 5th day of the day for May. And now we're going to left up to Fernando Tatis Jr.
that time. Jackson doing something we haven't seen him doing in about 4 or 5 at-bats. Spin the zone. Tries to chase the high heat and goes down swinging. And it does set up Fernando Tatis Jr. to perhaps come away with
Okay, Fernando Tatis.
Second and third, 2 away. Tie game. Here's the pitch. And Fernando breaks his bat, loops it behind first base. Long run. Walker coming in. Not going to get there. Both runs will score. How about a little batted ball luck for number 23? A 2-run single. And the Padres ahead for the first time today. It's 3-1.
Johnny was in certain need of some luck. And a little bit of luck. Drops it into the
down to win one.
Right.
2-out, 2-run single gives the Padres a 3-1 lead.
That's what I'm talking about. This game.
Ready to go again. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
He tried to by the mirror. Oh no, damn it, that's first strike. Oh, that's not
San Diego.
He has a piece right now. Caballero, the hitter.
Okay, Caballero.
Need a post-game snack? Well, there's an app for that. Download the new George Webb app and place your order for pickup on your way home. It's available on the App Store. Play. One away for Caballero. Strikeout and a walk, which was a pitch timer violation. Some foul away. It's 0-1.
This one on the way.
Caballero taps the middle of the plate, staring down at the plate now, lifts his head. Right around 8 seconds on the pitch timer. With 1 on the timer, here comes Patrick. He missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun setting here in Milwaukee. Brewers down 2-0 in the 6th. Still nobody in the bullpen. Caballero lays down a bunt. Right, Efo, barehand pickup, throw to first. Got him with a pick. Jake Bowers on the other side at first base, picking up Luis Renifo. Caballero is thrown out. Good on all ends on that play defensively. Renifo and Bowers. No challenge from Aaron Boone. Caballero was already back in the dugout. Great play by Renifo. Everything had to be perfect on that play. Barehand pickup, and then the scoop on the other end from Bowers, who's as good as anybody defensively at first base on plays like that. Spencer Jones, the hitter, and he takes outside for ball 1.
Sirius XM's Pro.
And getting acquainted with their teammates because 10 of them are new. The 3 Phillies lead it, the pitch. And that's outside right. May is ready, and the pitch is a strike. Just a fastball, but he snuck in on the inside corner against Machado. So now 1-2 to Manny. And Fernando continuing to look runnerish over at first base. They come set, now the pitch, and Manny swings, fouls it back toward Thomas. We are, of course, out of play, so that's a foul ball, still 1-2. They kind of went almost quick pitch that time, just trying to change the timing. Make it hard on Tatis to get a read. Now another throw over, that's the second disengagement. He's back. And the tag for Burleson. To Machado. Fernando got way off, then went back. Manny swings and misses in a street for strike 3. The Brewers are at the top of the order scheduled at the bottom half of the inning, trailing 2-0 against the Yankees. On the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Hell, maybe I can now.
Check into Hotel California now on Channel 105 and the Sirius XM.
Fellow Talks with Burns and Gamble Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Fit 1 of 3 from distance. Mitchell out. Jason Wallace in. Queso played brilliantly in game 2. Luke Kennard counters off the Laker bench, sitting down Marcus Smart. Wallace is guarding Reeves right now. SG is on Kennard.
Luke had 10 points in game 2. Hachimura lobbing left baseline to 8, nearly out of bounds. Nacho with the 5 count. Back up the sideline, Hachimura gives to Reeves, straight away to James. Brought back up to Canarton. Grinding on Dort, 5 to shoot to the wing. Slashes left. Floyd into the paint, across his body, floats it, misses the 10-footer, well defended. Loose ball, Hachimura just wrestles it away from J. Will without a rebound, without an over the back call. James between the rings, jumped at by Wallace. Slashing right, spinning left. Floats up a left-hand hook that rolls on. 8 stick one though. Big on front for a middle, we thought for. SJ comes out of the back of it. Shade in the middle. Stutters up. Reeves down the lane. Missed the scoop. Knocked down by Hachimura. No whistle. Reeves back. What a move though. Right wing Hachimura. Connection 2 rainbow 3 is up. And never got to find him. He was knocked down 2 wide open 3-pointers and 6 points to begin game 3. It's deadlocked to 15. Shea barrels back.
Made his 2026 debut last week against the Rockies. 3 in the third inning, 3 runs for it.
Quality radio now on channel 64 in the Sirius XM1.org.
Well, Brewers shut out the Yankees last night. Tonight, it's the Yankees doing the trick to the Brewers. It's 2-0 though, as we play the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Milwaukee Brewers, starting with Jackson Chourio. In the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning, contested tonight, Gregory Rolinko from Racine. Chourio waits, squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike from Schlittler. There is action in the Yankee bullpen. A left-hander starting to play catch. That's Brett Hedrick, a lefty. Here's the 0-1 to Chourio. It's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gregory Rolinko of Racine would win a gift card jackpot of $1,600 if a member of the Brewers hits a home run in the inning. Or runs for each additional home run. The 1-1. Fly ball, center field, off the end of the bat. Coming in is Spencer Jones. Makes the catch on the way. That's with a strikeout and a pop. Left-handed hitter waits. Right. Tied the team lead in the home runs with 5. He's having to play against Schlittler. Schlittler's probably going to get 3 batters, and then it is a stretch of 4 straight lefties. The Brewers pitch to Terang, way outside, ball 1. Just 2 base hits allowed officially by Schlittler. Nobody passed first base from Milwaukee in the game. Well, swinging and a miss. Can only think of one other game where the Brewers have not had a man in scoring position. That would have been the previous homestand against Skeens. 1-1. Foul back, a good one to hit. Still bringing some heat, 98 on that fastball from Schlittler. 88 pitches. It's been impressive. We've seen some impressive pitching performances against the Brewers here. This is right up there with any of them. 1-2, foul back again. And considering he took a line drive off of his calf, Contreras in the first inning. It didn't look like he was able to walk hardly at all after that inning was completed. Got through it. 1-2 pitch. Line in the center. Spencer Jones makes the catch chest high. Another bit of solid contact from Terang, but right at a Yankee defender. 2 away for Contreras, who's been on base with the hit off of the calf of Schlittler. And then hit a comebacker to Schlittler that he did not look very comfortable as he got out of the way and allowed Jazz Chisholm to field it. Opening pitch to Contreras. It's a strike. The front door cutter. 3 sliders. It's been basically fastball cutter the entire game. One up high, threw up a cutter. 2 balls and a strike.
Fastball.
You hear so much about young pitchers when they're coming through a minor league system, they're being developed. Well, it needs to develop a 3rd pitch, it needs a 4th pitch. Sometimes guys show you if they have 2 really elite pitches, they can get it down to just that. 2-1 is up and in. 3 balls, a strike, and I think he feels that this is his last batter.
Strike him out. Hit the ball and strike him
3 and 194 pitches deep. Schlittler throws, and it's a strike. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. This next pitch will match a season high. 4 pitches in an outing, 96. Going back on 3-2 to Contreras. Fly ball foul on the right field side. We'll do it again. We'll get a new season high for Schlittler. Two outs, nobody on. Schlittler going for a mini walk. Finally strolls up the back of the mound with 5 with a timer. He gets set. And now coming back on Contreras. Line drive to right. Judge back and makes the catch. On the white track, reaches down to 6'7" frame and makes the play.
Ending 6'7"?
Yankee Stadium, that's over. Not here in Milwaukee. Another bit of hard contact. Brewers finds and a long arm along. Aaron Judge makes the play. All the way back, he was on the grass, heading back towards the dugout, and missed both the inside corner and the bottom of the zone by less than half an acre. So good challenge.
New Rockies OKC's bench domination is underway already in Game 3. They've outscored the Lakers 82-35 in reserve scoring and 8-2 to begin Game 3 in LA. Under by 7, their largest lead. Smart, Reeves, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, and Luke Kennard on the Thunder offensive sequence. Hero.
Pre-game set. Dodgers and Braves is next. Enjoy, everybody.
Reed plan to get it against Wallace. Faces up. Works to the way. Cracks a contested rainbow three-pointer to the top. Rebound Hayes. Zips the ball out front to Kennard. Hayes med left wing. Defers to Smart for an open left wing three-pointer that's leg off. So a good box out on Hachimura comes back to get his first rebound of Game 3. As outletting left to shade. Speed dribbling by Smart. Loses the ball in the paint. He's knocked down without a whistle. Kennard the other way with the steal. Luke standing out wide left to the trailing Smart. Holding. Feeds inside to Hayes. And Hayes plows into Jay Will stationary above the restricted semicircle. And immediately James Capers emphatically calls a blocking foul. Didn't even let the play unfold to determine is he in position or not. Inside out Lakers off the Thunder's 3rd team foul. Jay Will committing his first. Thunder giving up 3 turnovers in this game for 5 points. Lakers are protected well, only 1 giveaway. Reeves out front, pestered by Wallace.
Still not shooting well. Yeah, they miss Luka like a motherfucker.
For 24/7 baseball talk.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
For 24/7 baseball talk interviews.
He had a great hamstring pull, but dude, I think they said that he was going to miss the first round. You know what I'm saying? Which it went 6 games, I think, and it's every other day, so it's 12 days. And you were hurt a couple weeks prior to that because remember he was missing the 65 games. So your ass has been out for almost 2 months. What the fuck is really going on? And now it's saying it's going to be a couple more weeks. Yeah, they won't be able to win without him.
0 from Patrick here. The offense going to work against likely that Yankees bullpen bench is down to Evan Cutter. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Wells. It's 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 4 in this series so far.
NorthvilleWisconsin.com. He's looked good out of the bullpen so far tonight. Now he deals with Goldschmidt.
All right, Goldschmidt, get your ass on base.
First out for Goldschmidt. That missed outside. It's 1-0.
Goldsmith. No, it's not Goldsmith. It's Goldschmidt.
He has faced just 7 batters. As Patrick, his 8 batters faced, he allowed the infield single by Cody Bellinger. They caught him stealing a couple of pitches later. Swinging this from Goldschmidt at that cutter. And it's 1-1. So he's facing the minimum amount of hitters that he could face. In relief from Kyle Harrison here tonight, gave up the only 2 runs of this game. 1-1. That nailed the outside end for that cut fastball. It's 1-2. Chad has thrown 37 pitches in relief so far. Brewers do have double barrel action out in that bullpen. 1-2 is a 2-hopper to second base. Eats up to right, picks it up, throws to first. It's going to be late. That got caught between hops on that one. And Terang, a little bit of a grimace after not coming up with that play. That's ruled a base hit for Paul Goldschmidt. Get off the side of the
Time that'll be up.
Tricky bounce. Again, that's a play that Johnny makes more often than not. So again, if that's a base hit, how is the shirt going? Base hit. Keep going back to that. Runner at first and 1 out here. It's Ben Rice.
We're going to park at the store. The close to 7, so we should be able to park on the street or in the back of the parking lot by the fence, is what they said. So I just got to look it up on Google Earth so I can find out where the parking is.
Nothing in 1 here on Rice. Patrick brings home the pitch, and it's a chopper to short. Hamilton steps on the bag at second, rolling on the first inside. A 6-3 double play in the enemy zone.
Oh, you rat bastards.
And he takes outside ball 1. We are finally a couple of innings removed from shadow ball. That did not help things the first couple. Low pitch. And Xander pops it up the high home plate. Pontes takes off the pass and gives it a look-see, but that'll be back into the 7th row behind the Padre contact circle. And the count is even 1-0. He's trying to slow down the Cardinals' road success. They won 12 out of their last 14 away from Bush.
You better hold on. That's what you better do. You better hold on.
13 and 5 away from home. There's a 1-1. And Bogarts hits it off the end of the bat on the ground to second base. Weatherman charges, gets rid of it quickly, and just in time to that. Extend the Galpin Motors family to 13 grand. Be part of the birthday celebration. Record-wise, 620-21. And this was a lot. There's a couple of games here. Not really what anybody seemed to be expecting there. Traded away some big names this winter. Kind of looked like they were hitting reset button. Mariano takes high ball 1. Baseball's funny that way, though. And here they are at 23 and 15. Second week of back.
It's kind of felt like the last couple of years. They were like 1 4.
You still have a bunch of water down there?
No, they just decided to come into the youth. At 26, it's circled also far.
Graves gone.
Probably have to take out a couple hours of water for macaroni and cheese, right?
Next weekend.
Right?
Contreras to the right side. To a big swing. That's 2-1. All very talented, useful, star-type players.
Guys that when you're in it, will help you make that drive, but with the young they had, I think those guys had the exit in order for these guys to truly grow.
Yeah, just right, 2-2. That's that sort of, secret sauce that can be so hard to figure out the recipe to. Different every year. Every team. Main track road.
1, 2, 3, 6. They have 2 outs still beyond. Padres lead 3.
Robert Plummer said it's the no, it's the Trump train. Negative.
What?
Say no, it's the Trump train.
What's the Trump train? Everybody got jokes.
Okay, you ready? Have a 3-2. And Oriano swings, and this is strike 3. Curious swap. On takes low. That's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and knocks down.
Kidding me right now? They got a
and home runs are brought to you by Orthopedic Assistance on
fucking killer.
At third base. Earlier game tomorrow. White 10 first pitch. Bruce will join you at high noon with the Bronco Casino Dodgers on that show. And Justin Robleski, the left-hander, will be on the mound. Robleski is off to a terrific start. He's 5 wins, no losses in ERA. He's earned minuscule 1.25. It'll be Bryce Elder on the mound for Atlanta. So here tonight is Blake Snell for the Dodgers, the lefty, and the right-hander Spencer Strider, just his second start of the year on the mound for Atlanta. Happy to have you with us. Dodgers and Braves, game 2 of the series. Out of the plane, here's Tim.
Thank you very much, Paul. The Braves and their road Braves. Braves across the chest, navy blue caps, and the Dodgers in their City Connect uniforms tonight. Cream color on white. Los Angeles on the front. And Blake Snell's first pitch of 2026 is in for a strike. It came at 6:10, 71 degrees, the game time temp, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 0-1 is the count to Mauricio Dubon, right-handed hitter. Swings, fouls it back to the screen. It's 0-2. We've on a 267, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Primarily an infielder, but has been playing the outfield mostly left for the Braves. And an 0-2. Swing and a tap of foul behind him. Curveball from Snell. So Snell did not throw in spring training. Very slow played it. Through the shoulder inflammation. Back on the 9th of May. Swing the ground ball toward short. Caught the end of the glove of his son Kevin out of the center field for a base hit. He just couldn't get to it. Drake Baldwin caught last night. DH tonight, left-handed hitter. Last year's National League Rookie of the Year. So the ball is aboard. Nobody out, top of the first. Snell's been on the club for a couple of years already, but this is just his 12th.
See, dude, he can't be making any money. It costs
pitches up high for a ball.
$500 to get to California for Virginia.
Part of the year last year.
So it fuel $5.75 a gallon. Yeah, you don't pay for it. Our company pays for it.
Now 1-0 pitch from the left. Dropped in there for a
We filled up today. How much was it?
$1,200.
One thing that Dave Roberts talked about when it came to Snell was that Snell wanted to continue to sharpen up his changeup.
$1,200 today filling this puppy up.
Start, but Dodgers needed him tonight, and he's like, "Yep, let's go." He'll figure it out as he goes. But he does have a pitch limit, a very strict one. Just about 75 pitches tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Owner-operators ain't making no money.
They showing out that shit is hitting them in the pockets like a motherfucker. I feel sorry for them.
Snell so far with the fastball, he has missed high. Breaking ball's been down, so far the heater's been upstairs.
Although the 297 hitter, 9 home runs for Atlanta. Pause on the stretch down the pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. And appealed on third base umpire Chris Conroy. It looked more like Baldwin was just trying to get out of the way, but he brought his bat right through hitting zone.
I remember having a conversation today about baseball coming at the minor league level with the check swings and the automatic call. Is a hitter actually offering at the baseball or tring to get out of the way?
That's the exact example you were out there trying to get out of the way. Pitch outside, check the swing, and now we count 3-2.
And the runner going, we mentioned last night, the Braves have not really been a running team, quote unquote. They do have some speed sprinkled around. Devon fits in that category.
He's 0 for 2 with stolen base attempts, but they want to get him started to stay out of a possible double play here. 3-2. They didn't start him, and Snell walks Baldwin.
This is where the pitch count starts to build up.
Ozzy is the switch hitter. 311 average. 8 home runs and 23 runs batted in. He stands from the right side. 2 on, nobody out. Top of the first inning, no score. And the pitch. Another curveball up high.
Braves last night had 10 opportunities with runners in scoring position. His pitching held them to just 1 hit in those spots.
Stretch checking the runner at second base. Down the pitch hole. Swung on, fouled back for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alves.
Still got tape on it?
One play close to the bag at second. Deep and short is Kim. Back in the bag and moving off the line at third, Max Munson. Field straight up for Ozzy Alves. 1-1 pitch.
You know they're rip.
Jason changeup.
You know they're rip. The Cowboy had him rip.
2 out. 1 more minor league assignment, but that was a very good looking change right there.
Right field. Alex Tucker's asking some big stuff. Notice he's hold his right hand up. His left hand up as the pitch is on the way to shade his eyes from the sun.
Snell stretching, kicking, and the 1-2 is out. 2-2. 14 pitches so far. Dodgers keeping a close eye on
thousands of different types of home, commercial, automotive, and even key fobs. Find the bright yellow Key kiosk at Menards today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
the sound of baseball. Statewide. This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Nobody on top of the 7th inning. Padres 3, Cardinals 1. Trying to get back on track here this afternoon. Adam ready after Sajasi uses the timeout. Now that a 2-2 pitch and a ground ball raises Xander at short. He sets himself. Fires the first in time. And Jason Adam a 1-2-3 7th inning. A 1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Judge. Brewers got within a run. The home run by Jake Bowers. And trying to keep a deficit just 1. Patrick and potentially the bullpen will have to go through the gauntlet. Middle of this Yankee order. 1-1 pitch. Hit foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Aaron Judge. 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts and a walk tonight.
Oh, there's a lot of us over here at Reserve Park. Okay, the truck's over here.
Team run has 1-2. Missed up and away. Throwing Cutter. And Contreras did his patent fire back to the mound. Frustrated with the result of that pitch. Threw it back to the mound as hard as it came in. 2-2 to Judge down and away. And he's 2 straight pitches where that cutter has not been in the location that Contreras wanted. Trying to get that leadoff man to start this 8th inning. Yankees have had the leadoff man on 3 times in this game and have scored twice.
Check out the ship for life. Got money on the Camaro, Copo Camaro, me too. I like the Copo.
Got out in front of the slur.
Go ahead and double tap. Or triple tap.
3-2 on Aaron Judge. Patrick again, sets and peels. Foul straight back, and he got away with a cutter right there. That was center square, right down the middle on Aaron Judge. So the 8th pitch of his at-bat coming up. He got ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch number 8 of the sequence between Patrick and Judge. The first base side of the rubber. 3-2 Copo. Missed down and away. And it's a leadoff walk to Aaron Judge. Cody Bellinger coming up, and Pat Murphy is out of the Brewers dugout to make a pitching change. Brought to you by Ironworkers Local 8. When there's a change on the mound, you can make a change in your career. Join Ironworkers Local 8. Visit IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org. It's an active effort by Chad Patrick. He wants a leadoff man, though, in the 8th inning, and work to do for D.L. Hall, who's coming in out of the Brewers pen. A man on and a 1-run deficit. It's 2-1 Yankees on the Brewers Radio Network. Who's calling? And Carlos has the answer. Introducing the new limited release lemon iced tea vodka 4-pack. It's the bright, refreshing taste of lemon iced tea. Wisconsin.org. And it's 0-1. Fastball to 97 for D.L. Hall. 0-1, down and away with the breaking ball. Ball to strike out Bellinger. Rosario is on deck, and then Jazz Chisholm. Judge leads from first, the 1-1. Is a ball off the outside corner, barely. 2 balls and a strike. Hall wants a fresh baseball, gets it from Roberto Ortiz, the home plate umpire. Bellinger's done serious work against lefties this year. He does have an infield base hit in this game. It came in the 5th against Chad Patrick. The pitch. Not paying attention. Look out. 3 balls and a strike. Bellinger barely gets out of the left-handed batter's box. After pitches are thrown, stays in there. 3-1. D.L. Hall throws and fly ball foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hall appearing in his 16th game with Brewers, 159 struck out looking. Well, it's baseball season, Brewers fans. Also means it's shandy season. Line of Kugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing ice beer, natural limited flavor. Line of Kugel's, flavor the moment. Time called. Bad boy still on the field as Bellinger was taking off all of his paraphernalia. Now we're all set. Luis Rengifo even with the bag at third. DL Hall throws home. Ground ball hit to short. Could be two. Hamilton goes the second one. No throw to first. Ball not hit hard enough. Hamilton stayed back for just a moment instead of charging that ball hard to the high chopper. Did get the middle runner. So Bellinger is out. Rosario reaches on the fielder's choice. Double play is still in order for Jazz Chisholm coming up. Chisholm. A bunt base into the fourth. A walk and a strikeout. The bullpen is quiet right now for the Yankees. Hendrick is the pitcher of record, a left-hander. And the pitch to Chisholm is inside. Straight to up. Hitting 182 against lefties. It's 219 against righties, but certainly this is the matchup. 1-0 is high. 2 balls, no strikes. Contreras putting both hands out in front of him before throwing that baseball back to DL Hall, as if to say, calm it down. 2-0 on Jazz Chisholm. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul inside the batter's box. Came up and caught him in the upper quad region. Now straightens out and asks for time for Roberto Ortiz. Gets into his foothold and back to work we go. 2 balls and a strikeout. Jazz Chisholm, a 2-1. Yankees lead in the 8th. Hall's pitch. Popped him up behind home plate and in the seats foul. Headed back towards our section. Lands right off of the pitch timer. And then into the hands of a fan 3 rows back. The bullpen just started playing catch. Camilo Doval, former Giant, is playing catch in the Yankee pen. 2-2. Ooh, and a challenge from Contreras. He was called a ball, and Contreras said, I don't think so. And he's going to be right. Chisholm's going to be hit back in the dugout. Challenge brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. See you later. Good challenge by Contreras as Chisholm is rung up. And it's up to Caballero. I think Contreras ground until he has to physically lift it up with 8 seconds on the pitch timer. So Contreras has been standing while giving the sign to DL Hall. 2-0 the count with Jones on deck. The pitch. It's a strike over the outside corner with a curveball. It's 2-1. Pitcher's pitch. Runner at third is Judge. Runner at first is Rosario. That one hopper, Hamilton makes the play. He'll throw to first anyway, just in case. DL Hall gets out of the jam. The Yankees strand a pair. Not sure if they called it on the fly. Regardless, Hamilton completed the play at first base, and DL Hall gets out of it. 9-1-2 coming up for the Brewers, trailing 2-1 in the 8th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Got kicked out of the house again, Johnny. We lost in OT, and I drew
situation. If you ever are injured in an accident, make sure you hire a Bulldog. 619-333.
One building saves me a massive headache. No overcharging, no unnecessary services, and my prescriptions arrive right at my door. Plus the wait times, almost non-existent. Find a healthcare partner you can trust. Visit kp.org/San Diego for more information. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare.
Your home protects you from the San Diego sun, but what's protecting your home? Constant heated UV rays take a toll on shingles and energy efficiency. At Genesis Home Improvements, we're proud to be the 2025 Torch Awards for Ethics finalists, recognized by the Better Business Bureau. We provide the integrity and quality your family deserves. Get a real assessment of your roof, paint, or windows at GenesisHomeImprovements.com. Save 15% today. Genesis Home Improvements, a new beginning for your home.
The Reaper, Mason Miller, has entered the game. He'll be asked to get the 4-out save. He's 11 of 11 in those opportunities, 1-0 with a 104 ERA, his 18th appearance of the season.
Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? Trust San Diego's kitchen and bath remodeling experts for 35 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to schedule your free consultation today. Padres with a 1-run lead in the 8th inning, and Victor Scott II is going to pinch run for Herrera at second base. Jordan Walker, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss to the slider, 0-1. We're talking the last 3 days about how good Walker has been at laying off the slider this year, but this slider is not like any other slider.
A little bit different.
It's the worst swing he's probably taken all season. 0-1. Miller ready. Here's the pitch. And Walker swings, hits it right to Bogarts. It rolls to him at short. Xander's got it. Throw to first is in time. And there's the first of 4 outs that Mason Miller will try and get here this afternoon. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Padres 3, Cardinals 2 on the Padres Radio Network.
Sirius XM brings you the most live sports.
Alex below, Fort Carlos goes below the white line.
This month, hear every MLB game.
A sonic boom! Braves win it!
The NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs with your hometown announcers.
Wembanyama reverse jam!
The PGA Championship, the Indy 500, the NASCAR All-Star Race, and so much more. Find your sport. Go to SiriusXM.com/sports or search on the SiriusXM app.
Nobody brings you closer to our national pastime than MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM.
That's what's amazing about baseball.
It's a daily insider's perspective featuring former players, managers, and executives, and on-site coverage of the biggest moments.